Welcome to the evening review. My name is Sohane, and joining us in studio today is Jason Kasuto of NAMITVEST. But before going to that interview, we're quickly going for an ad break.
Strike it gold and win 5,000 Namibian dollars in cash with Neo Paints. Simply buy Neo Paints products from the selected range and stand a chance to get one of 12 mystery buckets filled with gold paint. All 12 winners will each get 3 extra paint buckets equal to their purchase. One to replace the gold paint, the second to use on your project, and the third to give to a charity of their choice. One winner can score another 10,000 Namibian dollars by showing us your creative use of the golden paint. The best project wins the cash. Offer is valid from 27 September to 18 December at your favorite hardware store nationwide. Visit us at neopaints.com for more competition details and follow us on Facebook for weekly competition updates. Neopaints, a coat of excellence.
Welcome to the evening review.
Thank you, Okone. Good to be here.
I was just the NAMITVEST was launched recently. Want to take us through, the rationale and just sort of to give viewers a sense of essentially what the company is looking at.
No, thanks for the question, Okone. I think let me give a historical account. In 1997, the Mine Workers Union of Namibia decided to establish a commercial arm. That commercial arm was the Namibia Miners Investment Trust. And the sole purpose of that commercial arm really was to tie in with the mandate of the Mine Workers Union of Namibia, which amongst others seeks to uplift the livelihoods of its members. And that's both from a social and an economic standpoint, not just in terms of dispute resolution and so forth, and representing workers in industrial relations, but also to uplift their socio-economic standing. So NAMIT, which is the trust, established a company called NAMIC, which is the Namibia Miners Investment Company, in 1997, July to be precise, and capitalized that company to the tune of about 700,000 Namibian dollars at that time, that emanated from the members' membership fees that, of course, they pay on a monthly basis. Now, with that capitalization, NAMIC actually prudently managed that capitalization and was able to grow significantly within the commercial space. Of course, if we fast forward to today, you would see that NAMIC has been able to secure investments in various sectors of the economy, from mining to financial services, where you find your big brands such as Capricorn, Bank Windhoek, in mining, your B2 Gold, in tourism, Gondwana, where they've had, a significant stake, have been able to manage to get a significant stake. Then the question that has always been there from the members and we would say former members who were there at the time of the formation of NAMIC was, what is our direct benefit from the growth in the investment arms portfolio? Of course, NAMIC through the years has endeavored to provide support services to members and so on, but members of the union still wanted to know, how do we benefit from the growth of NAMIC as a commercial arm? So really, two questions came. One, do you distribute dividends to the broad range of members? Which question was really, that would be redistributive capital, which doesn't really create any growth or gains. Or do we create a vehicle that will be able to empower the members through productive capital? And that really, in essence, became the resolution that was taken by the MUN Congress that led into some of us as experts to be called in to see, how do we create a vehicle where members would be able to own a piece of NAMIC and its basket of shares? And that birthed NAMITVEST. NAMITVEST as a vehicle that would be owned by the members themselves, their dependents, right through their generations, and as well as former members, because former members were part of the membership fees that created NAMIC in the first place. So that is the vehicle NAMITVEST. It will be owned by the members who stand currently and their dependents at a database of about 37,000. It will also endeavor to go into its own direct investments. So not just relying on the dividends that comes from NAMIC's portfolio, but also to go into investments that have got also direct benefits to its members. So it will be participating in the commercial space of the economy. And thirdly, as part of its third leg, NAMITVEST has created a loyalty and rewards program that says, look, we've got a database currently of 37,000 members and it's growing. We've got all their demographic and social information. We would like to talk to retailers and service providers in terms of providing the members who are shareholders, in fact, of NAMITVEST with certain discounts and loyalty programs for them. That enables them to feel the benefit today while they grow their wealth through the purchase of units at a discounted rate.
Okay. In terms now of the question, issue that always raises is unions or union-backed businesses going, or union-based organizations going into business, and always issues of conflict coming on, and issues of, you know, union is no longer siding with the employer, but with the employees, but with employers, and so on. And there's also been issues with relating to transparency, usually with union-based companies. How do you address that?
100%. I think that's a very good question. I think at the launch of NAMITVEST, the chairman of NAMIC had pointedly put it out that when the opportunity came in terms of NAMIC acquiring shares in the mining sector, that very question was there. Their argument at that time, and I think it could still hold water, was to say that, no, it increases the bargaining power of the union, in fact, to have a stake within that organization. But it must be based on, or it must be led by principled leaders. So the issue is really the human principle and the moral hazard. So with principled leadership, the bargaining power of the union, because the union would now, and the workers indirectly now sit at the table of the shareholder, are able to bargain from a position of strength, so to say. Of course, the rest of the portfolio of the company is not in that sector, so it's not swayed biasly towards the mining sector at all. There is a portfolio there. It does not remain the only portfolio, but really broad range in other sectors that are not related to the mining sector and the energy sector.
And then I'd like to know if, of course, the company has just been recently established. How would you go about adequately capitalizing NAMITVEST, sort of to ensure that it can look for quality investments, you know, that may be on the horizon?
100%. So NAMIC is owned 100% by the Namibia Miners Investment Trust, which was established by the Mine Workers Union of Namibia. So the shares, the 25% that NAMITVEST is taking is actually from NAMIT, right? So NAMIT as a founder has put in the initial working capital that is required from an administrative and management point of view. That's the one source of the capitalization. The other source of the capitalization is that as of the 2nd of November, we would be going, the offer would be open to members, ex-members, and their dependents to purchase units, which gives them access to the bouquet of shares of the 25% of NAMIC. So, and that would be done at a 50% discount of the current market value of NAMIC, which is a significant empowerment tool for members to come in on day one and already have a 50% gain from day one. I don't think there's anything in the market currently that offers that. Those units and the funds raised through that process would capitalize NAMITVEST to take prudent investment decisions in growing the portfolio by investing that money directly into other high growth investment opportunities.
Sort of just to get NAMITVEST off the ground, capitalization in terms of numbers, how much are you looking at raising?
Well, the total raise from the members that we're looking at during the subscription period will border close to 50 million for the period 2nd of November right through to 2nd November 2022.
And then in terms now of the issues relating now to the, because if just looking now at buying into these, buying into the 25%, would members, would members before that time have reliable information in terms of the financial health of the company that they're buying into?
Thank you. Very good question. So currently, we are at the final stages of completing the prospectus. I don't want to call it a prospectus because a prospectus is mostly associated with listed entities. So it's an investment proposal, but it has similar characteristics. So in that investment proposal, which will be available to the members before the 2nd of November, they can access that. There will be distribution points for that. That proposal will be able to highlight the performance over the past, of the historical performance of the portfolio that they are buying into. It will also look at the projected performance, and it also look at the assets that you are looking at. So these are very mature assets. A lot of these assets, or a large part of the NAMIC portfolio's assets, are in the listed environment, which is very easy and so on to track, which is also publicly available information. So members would have a very good opportunity by getting their proposal, the investment proposal, to look at the health, the performance, and so forth.
Another question that could come up is looking at the health of the economy now over the last 5 years.
Sure.
We've had it impacted by COVID-19. You know, you're asking yourself as a potential member, but is the risk of me parting with this $100, for example, going to be worth the reward? Because you know that the economy hasn't been doing well for some time now.
Absolutely. Look, I think there are a couple of answers to that. Number one, firstly, I think that the offer of a 50% discount on the current valuation already creates one of the most biggest buffers that you can ever have or ever experience in the market. Secondly, is that the bouquet of shares that the entity owns is across various sectors. Now, we understand that the recession and COVID has impacted a number of sectors, but once your portfolio is diversified to that point, for example, there is an interest of the portfolio in the health sector. The health sector, for example, has not contracted during the COVID pandemic, for example. So the opportunities that members are buying across the portfolios of shares, which de-risks them from the impact of contraction of the economy, which doesn't necessarily always impact the entire sectoral base of our economy, but certain sectors at different times. So really, I think members, ex-members, and dependents need to go back to the reason as to why this was created. This was created because, number one, members did not have a buffer or the opportunity to be able to participate in owning shares in some of these sectors. So they would not participate in the growth of some of these entities over the years. And once they experienced job losses or retrenchments and so on, there was not really much that they could go back to. Lastly, the issue around generational wealth, especially amongst our black people. There's been a gap in terms of our inequality, and it's been an asset gap, but that gap has also been spurred by the fact that there's lack of inheritance within the black community, for example. So some of this initiative aims to address those gaps, and I would, if I were to put myself in the member's shoe, look at it from that point of view.
Any last remarks, perhaps, for viewers?
No, really, thank you for this opportunity. But to the viewers, is really just to say, you know, we really look forward to the support of the Namibian community, the members, the ex-members, also the business community. The launch took place on the 1st of October, and that was really to say that NAMITVEST is alive, NAMITVEST is here, and we look forward to the units going on offer to members and their dependents on the 2nd of November, and look forward to growing this portfolio with the Namibian environment and community. Thank you.
Thank you for tuning into the Evening Review. Good night.
me, babe. Want to give